What's going on, my beautiful people? This is A-Bomb, and welcome to another Surviv video where I'm going to be showing off a 17 kill solo win, where the theme of the video is going to be taking early game loot and turning it into a high kill game. And before you guys are like, but A-Bomb, the world record's like 30 kills, 17 isn't even that high. Yeah, I realize the world record's a bit farther off, but in this video I kill pretty much every single person I see, and I think I'm going to lay down the groundwork for what's really required in some of these high kill games that you see. But before I get into the actual gameplay, I just want to say that I'm working on a weapon guide for every single weapon in Surviv, and that's going to take a while. So if you guys have a preference for which gun comes out first, if you want to learn more about your favorite gun, or even one gun that you don't know so much about, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to prioritize which videos you guys want to see first. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. So the first thing you're going to notice in this game, and this is the first thing I noticed whenever I started solo, is how many people are alive and where am I spawning on the map. So this is actually a really good situation to be in. Not only did I spawn next to a box, but there's 15 people, I'm spawning next to the police station, I'm spawning next to the bank, I'm ready to go. And the first decision that I'm going to have to make in this game is which building to actually go to. And there's a few things that factor into this decision. So I could go to the police station, I could go to the bank, which one do I go to? First thing that I'm thinking about is, okay, let's think about the distance. The opening to the police station is right around here, that's where the back door is. And the opening to the bank is right around here. So the bank is actually a little further, but that's not really the reason that I'm going to the police station in the end. The reason I'm going to the police station is because the locker room area has really quick and really good loot. When you compare it to the bank, you have to open the vault and it takes a while, and there could be people with guns while you're waiting for the vault to open. So I'm going to go to the police station. In that locker area, I might get lucky and get some golden crates and get some of that sweet level 3 gear like the level 3 helmet or the level 3 vest, or I could get a great weapon for the rest of the game like the Scar. But with that said, the first thing I'm going to do is break the box. I would love to have a weapon before I enter the police station in case I get into an early game scuffle. I end up getting a level 2 helmet, which is just as good to be honest, because if I end up having to punch someone over loot, I'm going to be taking significantly less damage because of that helmet. And so here is my quick tip number 1, how to loot these crates effectively in the locker room. I'm going to punch every single box before picking anything up. That way, I see all the weapons first and I don't have to do any of this crazy switching between your weapon and your fists to break all the boxes. Now that I see all the weapons on the ground, I see 2 M870s and an M416. Obviously, you would never take the 2 M870s because as of the recording of this video, the double pump M870 is not an effective combo and you should not use it. With that said, a shotgun rifle combo is a good combo, and it's going to last me in the early game. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the shotgun, start reloading that before the M416, because the shotgun is going to be, as you're going to see, very useful in the early game fights, and the M416 is going to be more of a secondary weapon. Now, quick tip number 2, how to loot faster. Instead of actually breaking these with my fists, I'm actually going to use my shotgun, and you're going to see how quickly that is going to loot things. I can easily break 2 birds with 1 stone, get some more meds, and unfortunately this last crate didn't break, but that's going to just break with my fists. Now here I actually have the option of stopping and using my adrenaline. A lot of people are going to use their adrenaline as soon as they have the potential to get above 75 adrenaline. The pill's giving you 50 and the soda giving you 25. That's going to give you access to movement speed. But I'm actually more concerned with making sure that the police station is clear and that nobody has any weapons. After all, I don't really have to heal anything up right now, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take inventory of what my loot looks like. I have good armor, good weapons, good healing. The thing I'm really missing, it's a backpack. If I want to hold on to more ammo and more meds, I'm going to need that backpack. I'm going to go kill this guy. And I'm not going to waste any time punching down this glass thing with my fists. I'm going to shoot it with a shotgun. It's pretty brittle, and I'm going to go after this guy. Unfortunately, I see that he goes into the bathroom area of the police station, so I'm just going to turn around and loot this soda machine, because I don't want anyone running around with my sodas. These are my sodas. I will claim them, and I will take them. Now this guy we see in the police station, I don't know why he's sort of just walking around aimlessly, but let's analyze his weapon and his loadout real quickly. Looks like he's got an MP5 or UMP, it doesn't really matter, but he's got no armor. I should be able to run up to him, shoot him with my shotgun, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill. You can see that I actually swap to my fists and start punching right after shooting the shotgun. There's 2 reasons for that. Normally the shotgun doesn't one-hit kill, and the second reason is that After shooting the shotgun, you do get a movement penalty, so the reason I'm swapping to another gun is to avoid that movement penalty. Now I'm going off to the bathrooms to get more kills, but it looks like the guy with the backpack that I wanted went into the parking lot, and I don't even know what he's doing. He's going to the bathroom, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. He could have a shotgun. I'm going to fight long range here and shoot him with my rifle and flex the advantage that I have. Now, we have another person going into the police station. This is a really high-paced game so far, but luckily we have the weapons to deal with people. He's got a dual pistol setup. It's kind of hard to tell in the heat of the moment because you have to remember everything's happening really quickly, but it doesn't really matter. They end up being dual M93Rs. I know that because it's a little bluer and off black color. But the way I'm going to deal with it is the same that I've dealt with every other person who doesn't have armor, and that's shoot him with the shotgun swapped to my fists and say, see you later. Now this guy is actually going to be a little trickier because he does have an MP220 and I know he had time to reload it. So although I could theoretically just run up and one-shot him, there is a potential that he shoots me twice with a shotgun and brings me either super low or actually all the way down to 0 and GG for me. So I'm going to play it a little safe. I'm going to shoot him once and then I'm going to back off and hide. And in that time, he could have actually shot me with one shot. The first shot was just missed, but the second shot I'm way behind cover and there's no way he could have killed me. So I just switched to my rifle there to finish him off. Here I actually make a little bit of a mistake. I swapped to the MP220 thinking that's just a better shotgun, which it is in my opinion, but I could have stayed with the M870 and gone to kill this guy. So instead I'm stuck reloading the shotgun for the next 2 seconds and I actually run away because I'm kind of scared, even though that guy doesn't really look intimidating. Now in the meantime, now that I have a pause in the action, I'm actually going to use my pills. I could just go banana ham sandwich and try and kill that guy with the level 1 helmet, but in the back of my mind I know that if somebody shows up to the police station with boosts and good armor and good weapons, I'm going to be at the disadvantage, so I might as well take the time to heal up. This guy actually ends up staying in the police station, so that makes it a lot easier for me, and it's going to be a really easy kill from there. So here we are with 5 kills, good weapons, good armor, and it's still the early game. What do we do now? You know, there's nothing to loot in the police station. You know, maybe there's a few toilets or whatever, but honestly, it's kind of just a waste of time to stick around there. This is the question I get all the time. A-Bomb, how do you know where to go? How do you get more kills in a game like this? Well, let's look at the map. First of all, this is the zone, so you probably don't want to go over here. If anything, people from this area of the map should be going somewhere this way. It's kind of hard to tell which building they're going to be going to. You know, maybe if the police station was all on its own, I would stay at the police station and wait for these people to rotate. But they could go to the mansion, they could go to the bank, they could go here, they could go really anywhere. So I don't think that's a great place to go. I could also go to, you know, one of the bigger buildings like the mansion, the bank, or the docks, and trying to find the other people who survived those and take their loot. But normally when you go to those areas, there's only 1 or 2 people because there's a lot of early game fighting over there, and those people are going to have good loot, they're going to be hard to kill, you're going to take some damage, and overall you're just going to slow down. So my plan over the course of this game is really going to be going over to this island over here. You can see in this like quarter of the map here, there's 3 buildings. There's absolutely nothing to loot on this side of the map, and I know that people who are on this side of the map are either going to be trying to crossing the bridges or looking for, you know, random supply drops or boxes on that side of the map. They're going to be really easy to kill, and because they don't have loot, they're not going to be killing each other because it's not going to be easy for them to do so. So that's overall where I'm going to be going over the course of this map. Also in the back of my mind, I'm kind of just memorizing what the map looks like. This map's pretty simple. There's a river dividing it in half. Most of the well-looted people are going to be on the right side of the map, and most of the not very well-looted people are going to be on the left side of the map. So let's see how that works out for me. Almost immediately while running in this direction, I find another person who is not very well looted. It's got a level 3 helmet, got a level 1 vest. Should be a pretty easy kill because he doesn't have a shotgun. Let's analyze his movement so that I know where to shoot, because it is sort of long range and I could miss my MP220 shots. Fortunately for me, his movement's really simple. He's moving straight down, so I'm going to move my crosshair a little bit ahead of him and just shoot 2 quick shots. It's not enough to shoot to kill him, but you can notice that immediately after shooting both of my MP220 shots, I pull out the M416 and start shooting. It doesn't take very long for him to die. I'm going to take his helmet, and now I am set for the late game. I have enough boosts. I have enough armor. Let's just execute that game plan of going across the river. I'm going to check out the bridge quickly. It doesn't look like anyone's crossing. Maybe I'll check out the river house. I don't know if anyone's in the river house because I can't see the chimney that would be above the screen here. So there's no smoke coming out of it. But I think it's worth a check. Nobody's inside. I'm gonna make sure nobody has that shotgun because they're probably still looking for their own shotguns, you know. And I don't want them to make my life harder. And now we see this guy. He's actually, I don't know how many of you guys caught that, but he was actually healing or using some sort of boost. Looks like he might be weak, so I'm gonna go directly after him. It looks like he has a shotgun of his own. But because I have such an advantage in armor and weapons, I'm gonna try and flex that as hard as I can. Now I see him behind cover. It looks like he's moving to the right, so I'm just going to line up a shot on the left side of this rock here. And he actually jukes me, so this shot's going to miss. You can see some blood spurts, but he's juked to the right, and now I'm going to be like, okay, he juked to the right. Now I'm going to come here in between these two rocks and shoot to the right of the rock. And that shot's a little better. It's going to connect with more bullets. But in the back of my mind, I'm not really thinking about how those shots missed. I'm thinking about the fact that this guy probably has 50 health. And then I'm going to pull out the M416, occupy a lot of space, you know, run directly at him and just start shooting. Look at my positioning, look at his positioning. I have cover, he does not. There's no place for him to run. Even if I run out of ammo with the M416, he's just a sitting duck in the water, and it's going to be really, really easy to kill him. And now I'm going to take his Saiga because I think the Saiga is better than the MP220, but let's be real, it probably would have worked out either way. So here the gameplay actually freezes for a second. Basically I'm just running to the north as the silo and punching the guy who had no armor or weapons. Obviously, saving ammo and keeping your weapons reloaded is always a good idea. And my goodness, A-Bomb, there's another guy who doesn't have armor. How did you know to come over here? Well, there's a method to my madness, and this guy's gonna die pretty easily, even if I miss all my shots. There is something worth noting. He throws some grenades at me, and I see a lot of people that are scared of grenades for some reason. There's really nothing I should be scared of about this guy throwing grenades that aren't cooked. There's gonna be plenty of time to run away from those after I kill him. It's gonna be really easy. Hey, A-Bomb, there's another guy with level 1 armor. It's almost like this plan worked. Well, sadly for me, this guy doesn't have good weapons or good armor, but he's going to do a lot of damage to me because I cannot for the life of me land a shot on him. That doesn't really matter though, because we're going to get the kill eventually, although we see this guy enter the scene. And this makes things a little trickier because now we have to be like, okay, this guy could theoretically land a few deagle shots on me and make things complicated. So you're actually going to see that I'm going to start playing a lot more safe. I'm going to be using cover, taking safe shots, not really committing to anything, and just making sure that I can't take a lot of damage. This guy's going to shut himself in the bathroom. I think he's reloading or something, and again, I'm just going to be taking more shots, breaking down the walls, breaking down his cover, and he's actually doing a really good job until he goes out into the middle of the open, and that's when the kill is really easy. I'm going to go out and loot some quick things. I could have taken those pills, but honestly, the thing that's on my mind right now is getting that soda in my system, getting above 50 adrenaline to get that movement speed, get that healing, and then fighting this guy who went in the house. So this is actually really important. I'm going to rewind a little and break down what my thought process is here. This guy enters the house. I need to get vision on the house because otherwise there's going to be no way that I know what's going on other than this little window right here, which actually could have helped. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run up to the door, get vision of the house, and immediately stop. Now that I've stopped, there's no way that this guy with the MP220 can possibly pre-fire the door in such a way that I run into those bullets. He's not going to be able to react to when I start moving. So I see he's just moving straight. I'm going to peek in, shoot a shot, and immediately run away. And now you can see that both of his shots are going to miss. Even if he didn't shoot the second shot, this would have been an advantage for me because I have 3 shotgun shots. He's got 1. In this case, he's got 0. And I know that I have a 2-second window of opportunity where I can just run in there and do whatever the heck I want. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. It looks like at first he's trying to run towards the door because he knows he's kind of screwed. But afterwards, it looks like he's going for the pillar. Either way, I'm going to take the safe shot and shoot towards the pillar. And if he ends up going towards the door and I miss, I can probably have another shot lined up towards the door. If I shoot towards the door first and he goes for the pillar, I'm going to have to let him reload his shotgun because at that point it becomes too risky. So really I'm just playing it safe because I don't have that much health. Shooting towards the pillar ends up working. He dies and we're off to the next person. If you noticed right here there's a grenade crate. This isn't that important, but right after getting this kill I actually hear that crate get destroyed. So I know where the next guy's going to be, and my goodness, A-Bomb, there's another guy with no armor. Alright, let's chase after this guy. He doesn't really have any health. Doesn't really look like he knows what he's doing. But here I'm going to slow it down again because it's very important. This guy's in the water, and I want to show off how effective this Saiga is at people that are in long range and can't really move. Although this is probably going to be showcasing how bad I am at this game and how infrequently I'm going to hit people, I think this guy's moving downwards, so I'm going to line up my shot a little below him. It's going to end up missing because he starts moving upwards, and now I have to correct my aim to go up, but he keeps moving up and I keep moving up, so my correction doesn't really kick in. Now I correct my aim to go upwards, and we start hitting him. Again, he's in the water, so he can't really move as fast as I can, so it's natural that I'm dodging his attacks, and the second shot hits as well. Now immediately after shooting the Saiga, I switched to my M416. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to reload it, so this guy's going to get the chance to run away. But while he's in the river, when he's right here, there's not really a lot of space for him to go. Obviously, he's not going to come around this way on the rock, because that would be a really easy way to die. And he's not going to go towards this rock, because there's no room to go. So I've got a pretty good idea that he's going to take this little simple routing, where he's going to go this way and then hide behind the rock. So this gives me a few seconds of opportunity where I can shoot my gun right here where he is. And that's not really the important part. The important part is that I'm standing still while I'm shooting him. If you stand still with the M416, you're going to shoot a laser. And although he gets to cover pretty quickly, the laser does let me hit a few shots without having to worry about the inaccuracy. Now we're going to keep on chasing after him. And unfortunately for him, he actually makes a mistake here where he goes into the river bunker. This is the last thing you want to do because look at how narrow this corridor is. Even if he was running away, all I would have to do is chase after him and shoot in a straight line, and there's no way he could have dodged any of my bullets. The only thing he could have done was pull out a shotgun and shoot me, which is exactly what he did. But eventually his shots are going to, my shots are going to land on him and he's going to die. Now in this next fight, I'm actually a little scared. This guy's got, looks like pretty good weapons, pretty good armor. And I don't, because I don't have full health. So I'm actually going to take my time and make sure my weapons are reloaded before I get into this fight. But as soon as I see the opportunity to fight, I'm going to take it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a grenade at this silo. This forces him that once I come around this way, he cannot run this way and do any of these shenanigans around the silo. So I'm going to force him out into the middle of the open. That's exactly where he goes. And again, we can slow it down and show you how I'm reading these Saiga shots. The first one I just shoot directly at him. It sort of hits. The second one, I was a little hasty on it. Normally I recommend clicking every individual shotgun shot, but here I was holding down. And although I was adjusting my aim to be more on him, these shots ends up going far left. Now that shot went far left, I adjust a little too far down, but this guy also starts moving up, so the next one's going to miss. But now that I know that he's not going for this rock as cover, I have a pretty good idea that he's going for this tree. So you can see that I'm aiming above him, predicting that he's going to move upwards, and that's exactly where he goes. But once he gets hit by those shotgun shots, he changes directions again, and now I start to identify that he's going towards these trees or this set of stairs here, and that's where I shoot him and hit another shot. Now I know he has almost no health, so I'm going to switch to my M416, and again I'm going to stand still and hope that my shots hit. Lastly, you're going to see that he's going to go in between these two trees, and this laser is going to absolutely destroy any chance he has at living. Now that I'm in the top 4 here, I'm more focused actually on making sure that I win the game rather than running around like crazy and getting kills. It's really easy to throw away a high kill game to something like getting third-partied because you took too much damage because you were being too aggressive. So at this point in the game, I'm mentally slowing down and just making sure I do everything correctly. And that's exactly how I get this next kill, because this guy is running out in the middle of the open and I have cover. I'm ready to go, and you're about to see how dominant the Saiga is. The first shot, I'm so close to him that I don't have to predict anywhere where he's moving. I can just shoot directly at him. Fortunately for me, I identify the fact that he's moving towards the left, and the next shot, I adjust my aim to be more towards the left, and we can shoot him. And by the time he's over here, the bullets are also over there, and that's going to kill him. It's important to note the fact that he didn't actually have to go to the left. He could have gone to the right and dodged my shotgun shot, but if he went to the right, he would have not only had no place to run, but I would have also had 3 bullets to shoot at him with my shotgun. So it's unlikely that he would have been able to survive. His only other option is running this way, directly away from me, but if he does that, that just puts him out in the middle of the open, and the chance that my bullets still hit him are pretty high because of the way the shotgun fans out. So that's going to kill him, and now we're in a top 3 situation. My adrenaline peaks below 50 for a second, and that's not a great thing, so I'm going to use pills right away. And if you notice here, my eyes immediately went to the river bunker because I see some bubbles here, which lets me know that somebody's in there. And as the bubbles run out, I notice that there's nobody here and nobody here. So there's probably going to be someone, or I say probably, there's definitely going to be someone on the end of the river. But the more important thing is that I just run away from the zone. If you look quickly at this map, you can see that the zone is collapsing on the zone. If you remember the shape of the map, most of the left side of this is going to be an island. So I want to cross the river earlier than later, because crossing it too late could lead to some problems. Now we've got an interesting situation because this guy has an M249, and that is a pretty beastly gun. I'm not going to be able to beat it at long range because I don't really have any long range weapons myself, but I'm just going to flex whatever advantage I have here. I'm just going to wait behind this. It looks like it throws him off a little, but as soon as I pull out the Sega, you can just see how good this thing is at shooting the M249. This guy makes the mistake of actually shooting back at me, and that lets me hit him super easily because the M249, you're going to slow down a lot while you're shooting it, and it's pretty easy for me to clean up, even if he had hit me. So I'm going to take up the M249 because this is obviously a great weapon, right? Well, what did I just talk about? How bad this weapon is at close range? Yeah, I almost just died and threw away a high kill game because I was getting careless. Fortunately for me, I have a lot of adrenaline. I was able to use one bandage behind cover, and now I can play the merry-go-round game. Maybe this guy could have used a grenade, but if he used a grenade, I probably would have just gone in the stairs here and taken the route where I could go into the river bunker. But after firing a warning shot, I have a pretty good idea that we're probably both around 50 health. So I know that there's only 2 people alive, and that's a 1v1. I'm going to take all the time in the world to make sure I have 100% adrenaline, 100% health, weapons reloaded, airdrop looted, all the good stuff. And we're just going to resume the fight later on when I think I have a better chance. So don't be afraid to run away and reset, especially in the last 1v1 situation. There's no reason to rush this fight if you're going for a high kill game. Now I have the M249, the Sega. We know that this guy's weapons are the M416 and the MP220, so I'm not going to really win at close range, so I'm going to more focus on using long-range shotgun shots because it's a little too late to switch to another shotgun because this fight's about to happen. But here you can see the same thing that we saw earlier. We see a guy in a house. He's moving directly downwards, and I'm going to beat him to this corner just by a little bit. And what you're going to see me do is line up a shot right here, and as soon as he peeks out, I'm going to shoot. He could theoretically go back in the house and dodge this shot, but it doesn't really matter because I still have 3 shots to shoot him with. So this first shot's going to hit, and immediately after shooting that shot, I'm going to go right back into cover behind the house because I don't want to mess with this MP220. The first shot ends up hitting me, the second shot misses, but let's be real. Even if the second shot was on target, most of it would have ended up in the wall, and I would have been just fine. So here I have another 2-second window of opportunity where I can shoot him with the shotgun. Unfortunately for me, 2 seconds is a long time. So as soon as I go up a little, I know that that window is closed. But we can use the trick that we learned earlier, which is peeking your shoulder a little and then retreating to cover. He's going to use both of his shotgun shots, and that's going to give me another 2 seconds where I can hit him. And now at this point, he doesn't really have any health. He's shooting the door. There's pretty much no chance that he's going to win this game when I have the M249. So I'm just going to pull that out and start shooting. And there you have it. A 17 kill game where we killed pretty much every single person we saw. And we went to the areas in the map where we knew we were going to be able to get a lot of kills. So hopefully if you stuck around this long, you learned a thing or two. And if you did learn a thing or two, I would appreciate if you left a like on this video. And remember to leave a comment as to what weapon guide you want to see once those weapon guides start getting released. In the meantime, I would appreciate if you subscribed to see more Surviv videos like this. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace soup.